understand what OPSEC is and having, 24 word with 24 word seed phrases with a 25th word secret passphrase on top to generate a new public address to then fund liquid assets to, and then connect that hardware wallet directly through a MetaMask burner front end to then use an interface to interact with protocols on chain. And so I was just over in another space and was, somebody said, how do you guys store your hex? And I was like, oh, let me get into this. So it was a good, explanation of how we operate and the steps, the measures we have to take, right, to interact with our hex contract, eventually Pulse Chain, Pulse X. We've identified, the core values of what we value in this industry, and we've learned them from the best, from Richard Hart himself. Immutable code, no admin keys, not your crypto. On chain transparency. Just incredible tokenomics, game theory, maximum fundamentals, all of these true DeFi things that set us apart from the rest of the fucking world, industry, everything, right? So it's exciting because we're early. We are the pioneers. We're the fucking, we are pioneering the transformation of digital finance. We're on the forefront, the cutting edge. And, it's, people call us crazy loon birds. People say, oh, that, that maybe one day that'll work out for you. Good luck. Ha, ha, ha. And we're over here buying 2-cent hex, 3-cent, 4-cent hex, 5, 6 cents, 7 cents. And it's like, we're the ones that get it. We're the ones that understand it. And we're the ones that are going to have to be the leaders in this next, well, I'm not going to say have to be the leaders. We are going to be the leaders in this next cycle, this bull run, that we may be at the bottom of a bull, if I could quote, a good friend of mine who said that on the phone the other night. So overall, we have very big things on the horizon. We're very early. We know what we're doing. We are battle tested. We've been through the most brutal, ugly slaughter fest of bear markets in terms of, falling off, trying to climb back on board, for others, not for all. I mean, the true people have stayed true, but, people have fallen off the boat. We're not handing out any we're not handing out any lifeboats. But it's fun to watch those who fall, and the true ones will stay strong, and be the true leaders in the next market. So, am I excited? Yes. Am I bullish on Hex? 100%. Do I wish I had more? Absolutely. Am I going to continue to buy Hex, Pulse? Yes. I'm not going to buy so much Pulse X. I'm going to stake my single-sided staking after 6 weeks maybe of launch and go from there. But more Pulse, more Hex, and more education, and eventually we can be, the front runners to the rest of the world for this shit, right? So it's a very exciting time. I think my couple minutes is up, but appreciate you having me on up here, and looking forward to the conversation.
Hex.com. So Hex and ERC20 living on Ethereum does something that back in 2019 almost no cryptocurrencies did, which was allow a user to control the coins themselves without relying on any other central authority. No cryptocurrency exchanges, no governments, no banks. You control your asset, and you have the option to consistently allow that asset to grow over time. And that's what we term product market fit. in my mind, when I saw Hex and when I started to run the numbers, it seemed like yield in a society where yield is at a premium was a very good market fit. We're talking the financial markets of the entire world is essentially our oyster of onboarding new users. And that comes from a design to, instead of, which Richard Hart was looking at Bitcoin mining originally, and he saw that inflation or the new coins were created through work or effort, right? And he eventually he did the mining thing, and he realized that this effort has gone to the point where it gets so expensive for the normal user, tens of thousands of dollars for a lot of these systems. So it's beyond the the original the original use case to onboard many people and to get them involved. With Hex, you are able to use your coins to create a share in the system. That share gives you a proportion of the inflation or the yield, and that happens every single day. So people are free to choose holding Hex as a liquid coin, which it would be inert, just like most coins out there in crypto. They don't do almost anything. They sit there in the wallet, and what does everybody hope to do? Watch the number go up and then sell. So now you've got a user base on almost every crypto out there that has the idea in their mind to dump the crypto as soon as the price goes up, right? That's a dumpamental, basically. And whether it be Ethereum, Bitcoin, everybody's got a number in their head. And if it hits that number, chances are they're going to start selling some of those coins, even some of the, millionaires or billionaires in crypto. So looking at that, Richard Hart added the feature of delaying your willingness to sell and getting rewarded that yield, because that would be the means to allow the coin itself to not have so much sell pressure over timelines, um, while hopefully the community grew. And what Richard Hart found after he released Hex was possibly around 3 to 5, 6,000 people were involved to begin with, but the community was the greatest achievement that he was able to gain. And the community, what I like to say is the community gives value, the value of trust. And when I looked at Hex, I wanted to see that there was a large user base, that it wasn't a gimmick or a small little community that will pump the coin up real quick and sell it. I wanted to see, because to me, if this is going to be a financial product that's trusted around the world, it's going to need a user base that can keep the price stable over time. A strong, we're talking billions of dollars, right, running through Hex now. So that's one thing that really attracted me as a yield bearing asset that could potentially be call it a third retirement system, right? Like maybe you have a 401k, maybe you have stocks, or you have Social Security, but we're getting to the point where crypto financial products that are true decentralized assets could be um, a smaller portion or a larger portion of your retirement, depending on how you play your own personal risk. And that's what I found in Hex, was a community that was willing to say, I will delay selling these coins instantly for the ability to obtain some yield. And um, those rules that are built into the Hex contract are immutable. They cannot be changed. And that's part of the issue with the financial system we're dealing with right now in the world, is a world in which finance can constantly be changed at the whims of a man or a bureaucracy or a vote. And maybe the first guy's good that gets in, but maybe the third guy that gets in is, going to change the system. And we all are plagued by heavy amounts of inflation, um, through the centralized governments, and that is the society we live in. And there's not necessarily anything wrong with it in the short term, but it can erode wealth over the longer term. So while we're playing in their, let's call it the federal, the centralized banking system, while we're playing in that system with our lives, it is interesting to try with a small portion of my personal funds in another rule system that's not based on whims or decisions of banks or governments, but it's based on code, and that's the authority. And I personally am able to interact with the contract. I can move my coins in, I can stake them, I can earn more, and I can pull them out without having to deal with any other entity, right? And so that's what really intrigued me. It allows me to save and preserve my wealth and digital asset that, you know, is highly speculative. It can go down 95%, but it also has the potential, as the community is giving it value and as it's growing, um, to potentially far outpace things like the common stock markets around the world. Or, what we've seen this year is Hex has gone up well over 400%. And that's kind of a shock and awe, right? Like maybe this is towards the end of the bear market. Maybe we're getting a taste of what's to come. And the ultimate vindication of a digital asset as a store of value would be that we achieve past our all-time high, right? Which was set 55 cents, September, I believe, 15th of 2021. Almost no cryptos go back to their all-time high. We've seen only a few like Ethereum or Bitcoin. I believe Binance did it. So there's only a handful of coins that have ever done this. And in this new bull market, which could be taking place right now, we may very well witness a vindication. And if and it doesn't take too much, because our initial group of people, which was potentially 40,000 or 50,000 people, took Hex up to 55 cents. Now we have multiple 100,000 people investing and getting interested and learning about Hex, and they're getting it at a discount. And many people are consistently buying, weekly or monthly through dollar cost averaging. So that user base eventually goes up. We hope, 10x, 20x, 50x of users. And what that will do to the price is the demand pulls in enough users to, rise all the boats, right? The price will go higher. But that's not, the price itself is not, it's great to look at and it's great to bring new users in, but that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is that we have a strong group of trusted users in the contract. And the more we use that contract, the more trust we gain in it, the more we realize that this, can benefit your life on a 30-day basis, on a 60, a 90, whatever amount of timeline you choose, 5 years, 10 years, you can make any agreement with the contract, and you will, as long as you follow your terms, you will receive your Hex back principal, plus you will receive your yield in Hex, which usually is about 10% in a year, and it can go upwards into the 30s, if you're staking longer. So this is it's not just a tried and true method. It's been 3.3 years, and users have become, many users have become millionaires off this, right? But the greater point is that the community is consistent. The message is true. It keeps working. You can use it to spread your digital asset over time and give yourself that value back through the schedule that you create. And so I'm a user. I definitely have benefited from the system. I think it's been revolutionary for crypto. It's replaced a lot of the old ways of cryptocurrency, but has given all the knowledge and experience that Richard Hart had. He injected it into Hex, and so we have a lot of benefits of this visionary founder. So That's why that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. And I'm definitely excited for the future for Hex, and I'm really excited to see how the community is using it more and more as not just a store of value, but as a wealth generator, as a passive income source. And with that, I'll turn it over to Trap.
It's my turn. I get to talk now?
Righto.
Hell yeah, brother.
Shit. All right. So let's do a little. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let me let them out so they don't fucking wreck my fucking speech that I'm about to lay on y'all. Let's do a quick history of Hex. What was Hex originally called? Bitcoin Hex. Hex was created to fix the problems Bitcoin has. How many stupid fucking retards out there stake their fucking Bitcoin, lock their coins up at what? $10,000, $8,000, I don't know the numbers. Watch that shit go to $65,000. Didn't earn a bit of yield off that shit. They earn nothing. Hex was created to fix the problems Bitcoin has. Hex is the greatest financial tool we have ever had put in front of our face. Like literally, you choose it. It's your word. It's the truth engine. Hex is the truth engine. You stake that shit. You determine. No one determines how much you stake, how long you stake. The only way you're penalized is if you break your fucking word. So you lie to yourself or you lie to the community and say, hey, I'm going to stake it 15 years. I'm going to end it in 3 years. You get penalized. And then the people get the reward. You know, all the Hex comes back to the people, comes to the Hex stakers. Not can't hold it liquid. Nothing I want to touch on too is Hex was created to fix the problems Bitcoin has. Pulse Chain was created to fix the problems Ethereum has. Gas fees, right to dysfunction, that's low. Richard warned Vitalik, said, you know, your fucking Hex user's over. Said this in what was it, March 21? If anyone can help me, I think the dates. I think it's like March of 21, February, March, April 21, when they raised the fucking S load for gas for Hex stakers. So Richard had to fucking bring Pulse Chain for all of this. And Pulse Chain is coming, and it's getting really, really close. I feel, you know, when I say close, I don't have no dates. Might be fucking November, December, but it's coming. And we have this. Oh shit! You gotta realize we have a golden opportunity in front of our hands right now. And I think about it every day. It's like, my God, like whenever you really start thinking about the bottom line of it, you have Hex, like you got Hex replaces Bitcoin, Pulse Chain replaces Ethereum, you know, and hopefully PulseX will replace Uniswap, you know, because Uniswap's just the Uni token's just a duct tape token bullshit. Richard told us that. Everyone should go check out richardhart.com, hex.com, hexsearch.io. Type in anything in hexsearch.io that you want to know about Richard. Like if you have questions, has Richard talked about this? Has he talked about that? Put it in hexsearch.io. Literally throw it in hexsearch.io and you would, it's literally like a YouTube for Richard videos. That's what hexsearch.io is. So I wish I had my words prepared more tonight. Just went off the cuff. I don't know how long I've been talking. I can talk forever if you want me to. You know, we can talk about the scammers. Look, be wary that there's going to be people coming. They're targeting us. You're going to see new people showing up. You're going to see new YouTube channels starting to talk about Hex. Do a little research on them. Dig into them. I mean, we've already captured, I can't tell you how many people that brought bullshit coins back in the day to being like Binance, had shit on Ethereum also. They're coming here. They know. The world is slowly realizing, like, holy shit, this is where the money is at. Look at Hex past 2 weeks. It's gone up, what, 160%, 170%? Nothing has done shit like this in a fucking bear. Nothing. Besides something that, I mean, there might be some bullshit coin where you got like 2 or 3 green candles. It's controlled. Nothing that pissed me off is beware of these projects that have already built on Hex. I mean, not Hex, Pulse Chain, but that are building on Pulse Chain. But they launched on Ethereum. Whenever Hex pumps, they're like, oh, look at our shit. It's going up too. But just go look at the charts. All it is fucking 1, 2, 3 green candles. It's not a natural thing where all this shit's pumping. They're fucking forcefully pumping it. And I want y'all to pay attention to that. I really want y'all to pay attention to that. They're pumping that shit up, not the community. Hex is the strongest community. Like, touch on what Howie's saying. We've built some major shit here. Major shit. Many people come to us, ask us questions, want to know this, want to know that. Many people they're showing up. They're showing up. It's because they know. They know there's about to be a new fucking ruler here. When Richard told us we're the crazy loon birds that are going to, like Keith said, called the crazy loon birds. We're the crazy loon birds that are going to own, we're going to be the 1% that own everything. He wasn't kidding. He was absolutely not kidding. He knows what he built. He took his time. It's another thing, too, is Richard never rushes to fucking throw anything out there for us. It has to be perfect. I don't know the date of Pulse Chain launch, but when Pulse Chain launches, it is going to be fucking perfect. It's going to be perfect. And that, I guess I can just end on that. Hex.com, richardhart.com. Free your motherfucking self. It's
Fuck
right
yeah,
in front of your
brother.
face.
Fuck yes, brother. And I want to just inform the room that as Trap was speaking, Hex did break through to 7 cents. We're now at 7-1 and healthy.
Shit, yeah. Glad to know
7-1
I
and
pumped
healthy.
us over.
A lot
Got
of
us over the hump.
support. I mean, 10 days away from a V3. 2 more weeks. Dude, the catalyst that this is going to fucking create, bro, Hex is going to go to 10 cents. It's
Nuclear.
Fucking 20, 30, 44 cents. Maybe we see like 80-cent Hex, and then boom, Pulse Chain launches officially. And this will be,
Can I take the mic again real quick?
Yeah.
Because there's one thing I left out completely. What I want everybody to know is like, Pulse Chain is a system state fork of Ethereum. So if you have any of your coins and you own your keys, if you own your coins, you don't have them. Shut the fuck up. Sorry, my dogs. They're idiots. You have to have your coins in your wallet. You can't have them on a centralized exchange. Not your keys, not your coins. Richard preached that. You will get a fucking copy of everything. I don't care if you've got fucking dick wad, twat wad, retarded coin. Whatever you got, if it's on Ethereum, it's coming over. You're gonna have a copy of it. Now, it's all about the liquidity. I can't speak on like the AMM and see how that's gonna work with like liquidity. I mean, that's kind of like over my head. That'd be more like Hex is the waste space. Like, we could talk about that, but just you're gonna have copies of all this shit. Like I was telling someone earlier, your trash coin, that has that hit an all-time high, never has reached that all-time high again. Probably will never reach. And just look at the emojis right there. Just look at the emojis. Y'all want to know what I'm talking about? It's not going to happen, but they're going to have copies. Own your keys. Get your ass off centralized exchanges, number one. Get your shit off Binance. Most people in the U.S. don't fuck around with Binance anymore because they fucked us over 2.5 years ago. So we can't participate anymore on Binance. But who would want to? Like, now, I mean, I basically washed that shit. Said, fuck it. Coinbase. Yeah, it's a good on and off ramp. We need better on and off ramps. But don't hold your fucking crypto in there. Never hold your crypto on there. Never hold your crypto on any centralized exchange, period. I'd rather you have that shit written down on, I'd rather you have your fucking seed words carved in a fucking tree stump or a fucking piece of wood in your backyard than you having that shit on a goddamn centralized exchange. It's going to do better for you. You have to, Hex is about becoming your own bank. Pulse Chain's the way to facilitate that. PulseX is going to be the way we swap and transact. And that's it. I hope we're still alive.
Yeah, dude. I think,
I wish I could have prepared. I didn't know what I was getting into tonight, so I wish I could have prepared more of a speech.
No,
Put it on my pink.
Sometimes things are best when the true emotions fly and the true feeling and wordsmithing happens in real time.
Yeah. Another thing too is watch out for all these people that claim to be Hexicans that aren't really Hexicans. Just because they have Hex in their name doesn't mean that they have your best intentions at heart. Just because it's another thing too. Let's touch on this real quick. People are gonna fucking bring shit and say, "Oh, I'm gonna earn you more yield on your Hex." I would literally, I want everyone to say, the second they say that, say, "Suck my dick, bitch." Like that needs to be like our new phrase. Suck my dick, bitch. It ain't gonna happen. You can't do it. Richard told us a long time ago how it could happen. What would be a way to tokenize Hex stakes? It's been done already. You're not gonna do it better. You're not gonna do it better. Don't try to fucking. Another thing too. Any fucking project that comes here and says, "Hey, I'm building this. Send me your Hex. Sacrifice your Hex to me. Send me your Hex." Fuck that shit. Keep your Hex. Keep your Hex. Don't fucking send them your Hex. Never. Never. Hey, ask them if they'll take fucking, UFO or fucking say Tom or some other bullshit XRP, some bullshit wrecked ass coin. Something that will never reach its all-time high again. Ask them if they'll accept that. They take that. Okay. But if they want your Hex, I don't trust it. Look at Dodeco. We've already seen it. We've seen these things come in our community and say, "Oh, we're going to earn you more yield on your Hex." Oh, so you're like Richard Hart 2.0? No, you're not. There is no Richard Hart 2.0. There's never been a Richard is Richard. He's the 1.0. He's the only 0.0. And that's just facts. That's literally facts. Now, will someone in the future maybe come along and can do some really good shit? It's possible. Anything's possible in this world. But they can't. They can't just show up instantly and be like, "Hey, I got in Hex in 2022, February 22, and now I'm gonna bring you a coin. And I'm gonna earn you more yield on your fucking Hex." Instantly, major red flags, and I think you would be safe as shit just to fucking rip their ass instantly. And if you don't want to rip their ass, you ain't got the balls to do it, DM me. My DMs are always open. I don't block anybody. I don't block a single person because I don't want people not hearing good shit about Hex. So, and it's just, and the thing is, because I feel if I block you, even if you don't like what I have to say, but if I'm co-hosting a space or I host a space, there might be something in the space that somebody in that space says that it clicks with you where you're like, "Oh shit, that makes sense to me." So I don't want to deny you that opportunity. So I don't block anybody. And I could take the heat, DM me, I won't. I might entertain it, I might not. I don't know. Just depends. Depends on my mood.
Okay.
Thank you, Kef. Thank you, Kef.
I would like to thank all three of these speakers for tonight's info. This came off the top of their heads. I hope that we can do this again next week, hopefully on Tuesday evening as well. Maybe we'll have a few more Hexicans join us next week. But I am very thankful that these awesome minds have presented to us this evening. And this has also been live on YouTube at Just the Tip Hex News. And so this Twitter space is recorded as well as YouTube, so we can spread these 3 messages around to